Waka, 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 waka. I'm not going to say I told you so, but I told you so. Before this show was even aired, maybe a year ago, I posted a video on my YouTube channel saying this is going to be the next blockbuster anime. Granted, it didn't get any views. Hell, this may not get any views, but in the likelihood that it does, turn me up. Gachiakuta is taking the world by storm, and I saw this coming a year ago. I think that I personally have the golden eye, meaning that I know when something is going to be peak. I know when a show is going to take off or whether or not it's going to be popular in the Western culture. I just know. If you have been watching anime for a long period of time, a question that is always prominent in the anime community is, how true is this to the manga? I want to tell you, look no further. Manga v anime. Going to go over all of the differences, if there is any difference between the manga and the anime adaptation. And as you see in the thumbnail and in the title, today's video is about Gachiakuta. If you haven't been watching Gachiakuta, wake up. Wherever you consuming anime, it's peaked somewhere around you. So without further ado, let's get to the video. Can we talk about one of the funniest moments to me from this episode? I found this so funny when I was reading the manga. I couldn't wait to see it actually animated, and it may only be funny to me. I thought RUDO standing on top of the building like Batman was hilarious. I thought that was so funny. Outside of some minor dialogue changes, which could be strictly due to translations being different from when we read the manga and how it's actually supposed to be interpreted, everything was true and true up until 3 minutes and 22 seconds in. In the manga, RUDO did not climb out of the sewage system, but that's so small that unless you were just watching like how I was watching like this, you really wouldn't care and it wouldn't make a big difference. And also, let's talk about this. Drip alert. The clothes that they wear, fire. Fire! Catch me in Anime Con next year. If you're not cosplaying as somebody from this show next year, what are you doing? Catch me outside with the fit on. Bro, Recto, we haven't seen a drip like this since Bleach. Granted, it's only episode 1, but to me, they really putting that shit on. Second difference, at 5 minutes and 45 seconds in, the character that you see right here, he didn't talk in the manga. He didn't speak. He was quiet. The fact that he chimed in on the dirty macking, crazy. Granted, in the manga, we actually couldn't see who was talking, but we weren't shown any other face besides the tall kid. Third difference, at 11 minutes and 21 seconds, we got those words in the manga, but we didn't get a flashback. We didn't see Recto actually pulling on RUDO's cheeks in the manga. It was left completely up to interpretation. Once again, a small change, but a change nonetheless, and I'm not going to cut any corners on this video. This is one of the biggest changes between the manga and the anime. After RUDO gives CHIWAA the bear, when he's making his running back to go tell Recto, he actually bumps into the culprit. But in the anime, they had RUDO bumping into the guards. Instead of having the guards just appear out of nowhere, which they did in the manga, they were actually already patrolling the scene in the anime, which makes more sense because if you're reading the manga, they just came out of nowhere. Like, they just came out of nowhere. This already establishes them in the actual scene. So when they arrive at the crime scene, it makes sense. It's not like, bro, where did y'all come from? Y'all weren't even close. And I almost let this one slip me by, but I caught myself at the last second at 3:47. In the manga, Recto was already putting the book up, but in the anime, he's actively writing in the book before he puts it up. Once again, minor change, but I'm not going to cut any corners. You deserve the best. You deserve the best. And one of the biggest changes from the manga to the anime, once RUDO makes it back home and sees the culprit finishing off Recto, that wasn't in the manga. This whole scene wasn't in the manga. From the time that he bumped into the police officers on the street till this whole scene was not in the manga. Granted, we saw Recto dying, but that's all we saw. We didn't see the actual culprit on top of him with the sword drilling it in deeper. We also didn't see him fight RUDO. So all this is anime canon. But once again, I think it's safe to presume that this is canon in general because it wasn't in the manga. I'm pretty sure the author himself wanted this to be in the manga. He just didn't get around to drawing that part of the story. However, I do wish they would have shown maybe a few punches or kicks from the culprit to RUDO so we can see him get the bloody nose. All we see is a black flash, then boom, nosebleed. It makes you wonder, was this a hit or a setup to get RUDO thrown into the abyss? Because in the manga, none of this was shown, so we didn't see the cops on patrol, and we didn't see the culprit actually in RUDO's house finishing Recto. And you cannot tell me the cops didn't see another man walking out the house, because if they were already in the area, they should have saw the culprit walking out of the house. They show up as soon as RUDO is by the body. As soon as he touches the body and they can put it on him, they show up. But we already know that they're in the area already. So it just kind of make you wonder, because I didn't think that, because in the manga, we didn't see the police officers, nor did we see the culprit in the house. So I never thought about where the police came from, or could it be a hit, because nobody was there. All we saw was RUDO bumping into the culprit, but once RUDO got into the home, it was just him and Recto. So it kind of made sense to me that, okay, the police, bad timing. They came in and saw him over the body bleeding. It makes sense. But since they shown the police officer and the culprit in the same vicinity, now it makes it look like a hit. Like this was a setup to get RUDO thrown into the abyss. But you let me know what you think about it down below in the comment section. This is all headcanon. And that covers all of the changes from the manga to the anime adaptation. Now let's get into some extra commentary. Even though she's a child, man, F CHIWAA. F CHIWAA. She changed up so quick, didn't it? She changed up so fast. How you go from standing 10 toes down with me and defending me against the other people in the slums till just saying forget me? We were just on top of the hill talking about how the system is corrupt, how we're meant to lose together. But as soon as the feds, the people that you know are corrupt, say that I murdered somebody, you believe it. You believe it. But you just told me not even maybe a day ago that you know that I'm not like the rest of them. You know I'm not like my father. What? Legit, not even 45? Bro, it hasn't even been a week since you said you love me. You just basically told me you love me the other day. Now you're saying you don't believe me. Huh? I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. CHIWAA may be a culprit. She may be part of the scheme. I'm not gonna lie. It looked real fishy. I have never seen somebody do a 180 that fast. I know women's emotion changed by the day. Hell, I know that changed by the hour. That was like 30 minutes ago, shawty. You just told me you love me. You see, in the world we live in, bro, men can endure a lot of things. But your shorty telling you that she's done with you, especially when the whole world is against you, yeah, I understand RUDO say he wants to unalive them all. Because my shorty, the one that just said she ride or die, she loved me for anything. She doesn't believe nothing that they say about me. She just dropped my teddy bear that I went through hell to get, all because of some accusations from other people that don't want to see me win. You know this system don't want to see me win, and you still believe them? Okay. Like, I really do believe that CHIWAA had a play in on the hit. She had to be in on the hit, because it's no reason. It's like everything that her character was written to be up until that point just was thrown away. Up until that point, we thought that she was going to be the ride or die, the person that actually believed RUDO out of the whole story. Come to find out that she's just like the rest of them. You see, hey King, stick to yourself. Focus on your bag. These women not worth it. We just watched in real time a woman change up that quick. That quick. Focus on yourself, King. Get your money. And on that note, that is the end of the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I will catch you guys in episode 2. I'm out. Peace.